Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I'm really excited to see you again in this video. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss out on useful tips every week. We've all been there feeling overwhelmed by clutter and not knowing where to start when it comes to tidying up. It feels like an endless task, doesn't it? But don't worry, after watching this video, you'll have some simple, practical, and super easy to follow tips to make your space more organized, comfortable, and easier to maintain than ever before. Today, I'm going to share 13 highly effective tidying tips that you can start using right away, helping you create a cleaner, more organized space without the stress or overwhelm. Let's dive in. One of the main reasons our living spaces often feel cluttered is because important items don't have a designated place. You've probably experienced the frustration of searching for your keys, wallet, or phone every morning before heading out, right? When there's no set spot for these items, they end up all over the place, contributing to the mess. So how can we fix this? Start with the things you use most often, like keys, wallet, phone, or your handbag. Create a designated area for them right by your entryway. A small tray on a table, a hook for your keys, or a specific place to hang your bag can all work perfectly. Once you have a single spot for these everyday items, you'll never have to hunt around the house to find them again. You simply walk over to that spot, grab what you need, and go. This saves you time in the morning and reduces that rushed feeling. Plus, having these items in one fixed place gives your space a sense of order and neatness. Once you get into the habit of doing this, you'll find that organizing other areas of your home becomes easier. If you're looking for more motivation to keep up your decluttering efforts, be sure to check out my upcoming video where I'll share inspiring tips to keep you on track with your decluttering journey. Let's move on to the next tip to keep these areas tidy without much effort. Have you ever looked around your house and thought, I don't even know where to start? When there's too much to do, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, which often leads to procrastination. The key here is not to try and clean everything at once, but rather to break it down into small, manageable tasks. Here's the solution. Set aside just 5 minutes a day to tidy up one small area of your home. It could be your desk, your kitchen counter, or the living room coffee table, any area that tends to get cluttered throughout the day. In just 5 minutes, you can quickly put things away, wipe down surfaces, and make that area look fresh again. This short burst of tidying doesn't require much effort, but it's enough to maintain a clean and organized space. And the best part, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, which will motivate you to keep going with other areas. Once you get used to doing this, you'll see how easy it is to maintain tidiness on a daily basis, and soon it will feel like second nature. Now let's move on to the next tip, which will help you make the most of your storage space. If you're constantly battling small clutter, whether it's loose cables, makeup, or kids' toys, it's easy for things to pile up and make your space feel chaotic. The solution is simple use storage bins and baskets to keep these items contained and organized. Here's how to do it. Start by identifying areas where small items tend to gather, like your kitchen counters, bathroom vanity, or living room. Get a few bins or baskets that fit those spaces and use them to group similar items together. For example, keep all your charging cables in one bin or organize your cleaning supplies in a small basket under the sink. Storage bins and baskets are great because they not only keep your items organized, but they also create a tidy look without the need for fancy, expensive organizers. Plus, when everything has its own spot, it's much easier to clean up quickly at the end of the day. Once you've got these bins in place, you'll notice how much easier it is to find things and how much cleaner your space looks overall. Now that you've mastered storage, let's move on to the next tip to keep your home organized without buying a lot of extra things. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to organize is jumping straight into sorting and storing without first decluttering. You can buy all the bins and organizers in the world, But if you're still holding on to items that no longer serve you, your space will never truly feel organized. Here's what to do instead. Take the time to go through your belongings and get rid of anything you no longer use, need, or love. Start with one area at a time, like your closet, kitchen drawers, or the garage. Ask yourself, do I use this regularly? Is this still functional? Does it bring me joy? If the answer is no, let it go. Don't overthink it if it doesn't add value to your life. It's time to part ways with it. Once you've decluttered, organizing becomes so much easier. You'll have fewer things to manage, and the items that remain will have a clear place to go. Trust me, letting go of unnecessary stuff will make a huge difference in how your space feels. Now that you've cleared out what you don't need, it's time to move on to our next tip: how to make the most of your available space. Have you ever found yourself constantly moving things around because there's no clear place for them? It's easy for things to get out of hand when every part of your home is treated as a catch-all space. The key to maintaining order is to divide your space into zones that serve specific functions. Here's how to do it. Start by evaluating each room and assigning specific areas for different activities. For example, in the kitchen, you could create a cooking zone, a cleaning zone, and a storage zone. In your living room, you can have a reading area, an entertainment zone, and a workspace if needed. By grouping similar activities together, you'll create a flow that's more intuitive and efficient. Zoning helps prevent clutter because you know exactly where things belong. It also reduces the temptation to leave items lying around in random places. And the best part is, once everything has its place, it becomes much easier to clean and maintain. Once you've set up these zones, you'll be amazed at how organized your space feels. Now that your space has structure, let's move on to the next tip, which will help you avoid wasting time on unnecessary purchases. It can be tempting to buy fancy bins, baskets, and storage solutions as soon as you start thinking about organizing your space. But here's the thing, purchasing organizing products before you've done the hard work of decluttering and planning can actually make things worse. Why? Because buying storage items first often leads to cramming too many things into containers without considering whether you truly need them. Instead of solving the problem, it might just add more clutter. The key is to declutter first, then figure out what you really need for storage. Once you've pared down your belongings and have clear zones set up, only then should you buy storage products that will fit those spaces and needs. This ensures that everything you purchase serves a purpose and doesn't just become another pile of clutter. Now that you've cleared out the unnecessary items and organized your space into zones, it's time to move on to our next tip, which will help you maintain your tidy space every day. If you're finding that items are still getting misplaced, even after organizing your space, it might be time to introduce labels. Labels are a game changer when it comes to maintaining organization, especially in shared spaces where multiple people use the same areas. Here's how it works. Label bins, shelves, and drawers with clear, simple tags, so everyone knows exactly where things go. For example, in the kitchen label, your pantry bins for snacks, canned goods, or spices. In the kids' playroom label, the toy bins by category, blocks, cars. This makes it easy for anyone to return items to their correct place without second guessing. The best part is that labels serve as a visual cue for your brain. When you're in a rush or feeling tired, you won't have to think about where to put something. Just drop it in the labeled bin and you're done. Over time, this habit will make organizing feel effortless. Now that everything has a clear label, you're ready to move on to the next tip: creating routines that will help you maintain your organized home every day. Have you ever noticed that a large portion of your clutter comes from a small percentage of your belongings? This is where the 80-20 rule comes in handy. According to this principle, 80% of the mess in your home often comes from 20% of the items you don't actually use or need. Here's how to apply this rule. Start by evaluating the items you have and focus on the ones you actually use regularly. Identify the 20% of things that take up the most space but get the least use. Whether it's clothes you never wear, kitchen gadgets you never use, or piles of paper you never read, let them go. By decluttering that 20%, you're reducing the clutter that takes up the most space and causes the most stress. The remaining 80% of your items, those you actually use, will feel more accessible and your home will feel more functional and organized. Once you've tackled that 20% and cleared out unnecessary items, you're ready for our next tip, which will help you take your organizing efforts to the next level by creating clear, functional zones. In many homes, especially smaller ones, it can feel like there's just not enough space to keep everything organized. But what if I told you you could maximize your available space by making it work harder for you? Here's the trick. Instead of creating separate isolated spaces for each task, try designing multi-use areas. For example, your dining room can also double as a workspace or a play area for kids. If you have a small entryway, use it as a landing zone for shoes, bags, and keys, but also add a small bench that doubles as seating and storage. By incorporating multi-use furniture and layouts, you can make even the smallest spaces feel more efficient and organized. When each area serves more than one purpose, you reduce the need for extra storage and create more flexibility in your home. Now that you've made your space work harder, let's move on to the next tip, which will help you stay on top of all this organization with a simple routine. You've done the hard work of decluttering, organizing, and creating a system that works for your space. But what's the secret to keeping it that way without feeling overwhelmed? The answer is a daily routine. Spend just 10 to 15 minutes a day tidying up key areas of your home. This doesn't have to be a massive cleaning session, just a quick reset to keep everything in place. For example, after dinner, spend 10 minutes clearing the kitchen counters. Before bed, take a moment to pick up clutter in the living room or straighten up your bathroom. By building these small, consistent habits into your day, you'll avoid letting mess pile up and take over your home. It's not about perfection, but about maintaining the organization you've worked so hard to create. With a simple daily routine in place, keeping your home organized will feel You know how things seem to pile up as soon as you walk in the door? Whether it's your mail bags, shoes, or keys, a lot of clutter accumulates just because there's no specific spot for incoming items. Here's the fix. Set up designated drop zones at the entryway or near the door where you and your family can place things as soon as you come home. This could be a small tray for keys, a hook for bags, or a basket for shoes. By having a clear place for these items, you'll avoid spreading clutter throughout your home. Why it works. When everything has its own place, right at the entrance, it's much easier to keep things organized. Plus, it prevents piles of mail and shoes from growing uncontrollably in your hallways or living areas. Once you've created your drop zones, you can quickly handle everything as soon as you come in, and your home will feel tidier and more welcoming. Now that your entryway is under control, let's move on to a tip that'll help you stay on top of your cleaning efforts without getting burned out. It's easy to let surfaces like counters, tables, and shelves become cluttered without even realizing it. The problem with having too many items on display is that it creates visual chaos, even if everything is technically organized. Here's how to fix it. Keep surfaces clear and only display items that you truly use or enjoy. For example, instead of having multiple items on your kitchen counter, choose one or two functional things, like a small fruit bowl or a decorative jar for your utensils, and keep the rest stored away. Why it works. When surfaces are clear, they immediately create the appearance of a tidy space. Plus, it's much easier to clean a clear counter than one covered with clutter. You'll feel a sense of calm and order with fewer distractions, making your home feel spacious and peaceful. Now that your surfaces are under control, let's dive into a tip that'll help you organize your cleaning supplies for maximum efficiency. As we reach the final tip, let's talk about something that can make a big difference in maintaining your organized home, your cleaning supplies. If you're constantly searching for your cleaning products, dragging bottles from room to room, or running out of something mid-clean, it's time for a change. Here's the solution. Set up a designated cleaning supply station in a central location. Whether it's in a closet pantry or under the sink, gather all your cleaning essentials. Multi-surface cleaners, sponges, rags, gloves, disinfecting wipes, and even a broom dustpan into one area. Why it works? With everything in one spot, you save time and energy because you won't have to search for products or haul them around the house. It also makes cleaning feel like less of a chore, since you can grab everything you need in one go. Plus, this station helps you keep track of your supplies so you can restock before you run out of anything essential. By creating this simple, efficient cleaning station, with these 13 easy-to-follow tips, you'll be able to transform your home into a place that's not only tidy, but also easy to maintain. Consistency is key, and by building simple routines, you'll make organization a natural part of your day. Remember, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Small changes lead to big results. If you're looking for some extra motivation to keep up your decluttering journey, be sure to check out the next video where I'll dive deeper into how to stay motivated and keep your momentum going. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more organizing advice. Stay organized, and I'll see you in the next one.